Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of your favorite Ravens YouTube channel and podcast. Excuse me, everyone. Talking Ravens all day, every day. With your host Justin P and my MVP billion-dollar co-host Miss Shannon Finch. We know we've been away for just about 2 months. You might as well say because the last show we
Mhm,
did was the recap of the tough loss to the Bills, lose 27-25. But we're back.
mhm.
It's episode 156 for the YouTube channel and for the audio version. The season two, episode 55. Once we get to episode 60, that we see season three. But for those who can't watch us live for whatever reason, you're working out, spending time with the kids. The links are right there below in the description, so you can listen to us whenever at your earliest convenience. No rush.
Mhm.
You know what I'm about to say? Like, subscribe underneath the audio version podcast is myself, Shannon, and Dave's social media platforms. Like I say all the time, I have all the platforms right now, including Threads. Shannon has Facebook, Twitter, and IG. David just Facebook and IG.
Mhm.
He can't make with us tonight. He's been, fighting the flu. So big fella, we definitely miss
Yep,
you.
get well.
So yeah, Dave got some pretty good topics. Shannon came up with most of them. I just added my little 2 cents. So topic number one. This was the first order of business on EDC's shop list. Uh,
Mhm.
Give us your thoughts on resigning Ronnie Stanley. Go ahead, Shannon. The floor is yours.
Well, I'm happy to have Ronnie back. His talent has never been in question. It was always about his health, injuries, and things like that. We know that he was one of the best left tackles in the league, and I think he was able to show that last year, particularly because he was able to play the whole time. He's one of our offensive leaders. His voice is needed in the locker room, and from the way it's looking, he may be a Raven for life, and I'm always down for that. So I was actually happy that got done early.
Yeah, same here. And because like I said, as great as Ma is, like you want to keep that blind side protected because I get it. A lot of people were frustrated with with his injuries and durability. But like you said, when he's on the field, he's one of the better left tackles in the league. He's definitely top
Hmm.
five. You want to put him in the top five, that's your prerogative, like Bobby Brown. But he's definitely top five. And he gave us a discount. He could have went somewhere else and broke the bank, got 25, 30 million because left tackle was an important position. So he liked the continuity that he has with his teammates and his brothers, and he liked how the organization is ran. So
Hmm.
that was definitely good to see that he wasn't just out here just paper chasing because he could have, like I said, got a bigger bag. But yeah,
Hmm.
hopefully he definitely retires a Raven. Hopefully they'll re-up him again, give him like a 1 or 2 year deal after that. Because like I said, Ronnie seemed like one of them guys who want to be a lifer and want to retire.
Hmm.
Retire here. Like Pat Ricard said, he said, "I'm gonna retire." He said, "It's not about money for me. It was I love the culture." He said that they the only team that gave me a chance to play fullback. So
Hmm.
I love it. Like I said, because I didn't want a rookie left tackle out there right away. So when you're picking in the high 20s, a lot of times you get guys like that. A lot of times they need a little time to develop and get their feet wet. Might be some guys that can play right away because it might have fell for character issues and stuff like that,
Hmm.
or got injury. But a lot of times it's gonna be some guys you got to move. But I rather, and we're trying to win the Super Bowl now, so
Hmm.
they move by EDC man. So yeah, I love it.
And some people were talking about moving Roger over there, and I'm like, no, I like him right there at right tackle, and we
Yeah,
can bring
but
Ronnie back.
do that to a young guy, not to control Shannon, moving on the
Hmm.
fly. He just played the whole season basically at the right time, got comfortable. Why switch him over? Like unless it was absolute.
Especially when you can get Ronnie back.
Yeah, now if we couldn't get him back, then yeah, that's something you could entertain. But you know, hey, we got him back unless it's an injury. Other than that, let everybody stay where they at because we need that continuity on the offensive line.
Hmm.
All right, one of my favorite signings, man. You was banging on this since last year when he got traded to Kansas City. Even when he was available after the Cardinals played hardball with us, we finally got our guy Deandre Hopkins. Give me your thought.
Hmm. Um, some people will say it's 2 years too late. They look at what happened with the Titans and the Chiefs and say, why now? I say, why not? We're not asking him to come in and be wide receiver one or two. He's an upgrade from Nelson Aguilar. No disrespect to him, because I was respectful of him last season, just for what was able to do for the Ravens. But I think he's an upgrade. Uh, Fortunately or unfortunately, however you want to look at it, no disrespect. And I think he's going to bring a lot of knowledge to a young wide receiver room that needs it. I think that Bateman and Zay Flowers can learn a lot from him. And he was one of three wide receivers on my wish list. I either wanted Metcalf, which I knew was going to take, draft capital or a player to get him. I liked Adams. I wouldn't have been mad about that. And I wanted D Hop. So I'm good. I'm with one of the three, and I'm glad that we got D Hop. So I'm looking forward to it. I can't see it being a bad thing offensively at all.
I loved it. Like I said, it's one of my favorite receivers because he always just been that guy to bring his hard hat. Get up and catch the football. Not flashy, not the fastest, but the motherfucker got wear 3X gloves because he's
Hmm.
big hands and snag everything. And then piggyback off what you said, everybody 2 years too late. Like I said, we got Steve Smith at 34 years old. We got Bull in 29, returned 30. Arizona, though he was damaged goods.
Hmm.
Like I said, about Mike Wallace later career. Like there's a lot of receivers we got in later career and got some type of production out of.
Hmm.
So, and then
And
with
it's
the
an offense that he's going to eat because he's going to get open. Like the type of offense we run, it's no reason why he shouldn't be open. And to me, I don't know who you double offensively with a guy like that out there if we play our cards right with how we, have them out there.
yeah, I was gonna get to that too. Good point, Shannon. Yes, absolutely. Because now he, first of all, like all the Wash talks, not Wash. Like I said, in
I don't think he
Tennessee,
was.
yeah, Will Levis and Ryan Tannehill, and still went over 1,000 yards, has 7 touchdowns. Kansas City got traded midweek. He was no show, little ankle injury. Mid season.
Hmm.
He had to fit in, with Kelsey and Worthy and those guys, and he still made his plays when his number was called. So it's just like, what more you want? Yeah, he had a drop in the Super Bowl, but he also scored a touchdown in the Super Bowl. So that shows you he still can play. Is he 16, 1,700 yards? Probably not. But in this particular offense, how we got Bateman and Zafe finally flourishing,
Hmm.
he 600 to 800 yards will be totally fine from him, and anywhere
Hmm.
from 7 to 8 touchdowns. Like I said, because he's definitely going to get his opportunities playing against third and fourth corners. You know,
Hmm.
then you get a future Hall of Famer for $5, $6 million. That's like we got him a quarter with Odell got. Like I was said on the post, you was laughing at it. Like when we got Odell Beckham, everybody was 5 in the morning dancing and
Hmm.
having noise. I'm like, bro, he coming off a torn ACL. Like, let's just wait and see for you. But we get a guy that just was literally playing 2 months ago.
Hmm.
Oh man, I'm like, okay, I just don't understand. And like I said, and he got there and he still had 500 something yards and like 5 touchdowns, and that's in only 7 games basically.
And
So
think about it this way. I mean, who else were you going to get? You look at what we got for him and what Seattle had to pay to get Cooper Cup. Like, why would we want to even invest that much in a wide receiver when you still got Zay? Zay can get a contract next at the end of the season. If you plan on keeping him around, I don't know what's going to happen with Bateman. Like, we still have our own guys on our team that need to be paid. So I'm not mad at them for being able to bring in, like, having Metcalf and having to pay him for 3 years wouldn't have mattered because he's like 27, 20. Like, he's young. Like, he can grow with the young guys that we have. If you end up losing Bateman or Zay, is not like a bad thing because you still got a young guy. I mean, we just need you to come in and do your job. With Odell, I think it was more of of the team being thirsty at that time because Lamar still hadn't signed yet. So they were trying to show Lamar like we're doing this, and Odell at that point had all the leverage to ask for whatever he wanted. But with D Hop, you can say what you want. I mean, the Ravens did what the Ravens do. They bargain shop, and we be mad about it. But having a guy like that, like I don't think that's a typical Ravens move as far as the bargain shop guys that the fans are talking about. Like you mentioned, Steve Smith. Like I think he'll be perfectly fine. And just the way that the offense that we run is no reason why he can't have success. Like we were talking about having a wide receiver that can, and it doesn't mean they still can't draft a wide receiver,
yeah,
for the future. But I don't see what hurts having him on a team at all. But I did want to make this point too because Harbaugh gets a lot of crap from fans, and one of the reasons D Hop said he came was because of the coach, and that means more to me than even the Ravens players speaking highly of Harbaugh because That's somebody looking on the outside, and his whole career, he's been looking on the outside, and his whole career played against John Hall, all of that.
Yeah.
And that was one of the reasons why he wanted to come. So I just want to make that point. Like, I think I get as fans, like, we're finicky. We want things how we want them, and I get that. But to hear him say that about John Harbaugh, I'm like, around the league, they probably don't look at John Harbaugh like a lot of fans do. When you have the amount of success that you've had, I mean, the same might be said for Mike Tomlin. You know what I mean? Like, you're not going to be with an organization this long and be a bad coach.
Right.
Sometimes your message gets stale and things like that. But when I heard D Hop say that, I was like, shout out to Hubs, because a lot of people give you a hard time, but they have a guy on the outside looking in saying, because of the coach, because of the culture, you've done your job.
Yeah, and to piggyback off that before we go to the next topic, but that's definitely no. I would think nobody will say he's a bad coach overall. It's just that he just lets us down when we need him the most. Like for example, we didn't hopped on 100 times. Like you see your coordinators are not sticking to the script or sticking to the game plan. That's when you, as the
Step
head
in.
coach, supposed to step in and say, "Hey, come on, like." Oh boy, if you see that man coverage is working, stick with man. Don't just play zone out the blue because you want to experiment.
Mm-hmm.
You see Derrick Henry and Justice Hill getting 7 yards, stick with it. You see Isaiah likely is producing more than Mark Andrews. No pun intended on my Andrews guy. Go keep going to likely. Like just it's things like that people get frustrated with him for, and that's and I can speak of everybody on this, but even you've said it several times. Like I said, overall, we know he's a no nonsense guy. He's a player's coach. He's gritty. He's gonna keep a foundation. But like I said, at some time point, you gotta those things kind of get put in the backside when you don't make critical in-game coaching decisions. So but
Mm-hmm.
and D Hop say that no, everybody knows John Harbaugh is a good football coach. It's just when the moments where we need him to be the head coach and hurt a few feelings, sometimes he shies away from that. So that's the everybody's biggest issue with it. All right, all right. Oh, third topic. Will Mark Andrews play for the Ravens in 2025? Question.
um, this was tough for me to have like a definitive answer. Will Mark Andrews be on a roster in 2025? And I say that because I can say it both ways. A couple of weeks ago, I kind of felt like, dang, he might be traded just by things that Eric DeCosta was saying and all of that. But then the date passed where he was due like $4 million or something like that, and he's still on the roster. So I said, well, I can't see them let him be on the roster that to get that money and then just trade him away. Um, the only way I could see that trade happening is if it was like a player involved trade. So like
Yeah,
early in the off season, right after we lost that game, I remember asking people like if if the Seahawks called and said Metcalf for Mark Andrews in the draft pick or Metcalf for Isaiah Likely, like which one would you make or would you hang up the phone? I was saying that because I was thinking about the possibility of like the end of this season, they're both going to be free agents, and I can't see both. I don't know what the franchise tag is for a tight end because I don't know the last time a tight end got franchised. But
for Andrews, the answer to that it will probably be like close to like 18 to 20 million.
so it varies based on what? Like it's not. I mean, what about Isaiah Likely? Like, I mean, he would have the
Isaiah
option to
likely be a
get.
little. His would be a lot cheaper. He'll probably be around 10 million or something like that.
Oh, I didn't know that. I thought it was like a flat rate for each
No, it's
position.
based on the person's performance and type of.
No, I didn't know that.
Yeah, yeah,
Okay. Well, either way, I don't know. Like, I don't necessarily see them paying both of them. Is my point. So that's
yeah.
why I felt like one of the other was going to have to get dealt. But since we're at this point now, um, if he's traded, I think that he would be traded for a draft pick maybe next year. Like we have so many draft picks this year, so I don't even know that trading him for like I heard them talking about on the radio. They would trade him for a fourth round pick. I'm not trading Mark Andrews for a fourth round pick. I'm sorry. So if that's the offer, then he's going to be on the roster for next year.
Yeah.
But I can definitely see if something's not done before the season starts, I can definitely see him being traded by the trade deadline because I can. It depended on how the season is going. because I can't see Eric DeCosta just allowing both of them to walk. And then who do you franchise? That's a whole nother beast. So that's why it's hard for me to say one way or another because it's like I can see why you would trade him, but I feel like Mark Andrews might not want to leave. I don't think that he would want the way that game ended. I don't think he would want that to be his last memory as a Raven.
Yeah.
Now would he want to even play on this last year of his deal? That's another issue because we don't know his agent. They can come up and say he doesn't want to play on his deal. He's not going to show up. It could be a whole shit show as far as that's concerned. Um, so it's just hard for me to say right now because so much plays into it. Contracts, draft picks, how the season ended. Do he want to leave? Do he want to stay? So that's something I can see it so many different ways, but do I want him to be here next year? Yes. Because I don't like how it ended this past season. So I don't want that to be like a lot of people think that we are off of him because of that game. And I don't think that's why Ravens fans are off him. I think that because I didn't even realize this. I think that we realizing that in big moments, as much as we talk about Lamar, Mark Andrews hasn't been there.
Yeah.
And man, you talked about this past season. Is he the best offensive draft pick outside of Lamar that the Ravens have drafted? And I think we kind of both agreed that at that point he was. But then
Yeah.
when you think about it in totality, you like, what? He hasn't had a touchdown. He just got his first touchdown against the Steelers. This is our biggest rival.
Yeah.
He's never had a touchdown in the playoffs. It's like, what? So when you think about it, it's like, I can see why you would trade him. But then on the other hand, the fan in me is like, no, don't trade him. So that's why I can't say one way or another. I just feel like there's so many different stipulations of things that can happen where I can see it going every way.
Well said and well detailed as always, Shannon. For the time being, yes, he will because they picked up the roster bonus, and like you said, the compensation is probably not going to be to Eric DeCosta's liking because a lot of teams know, hey, a lot of teams know we had two tight ends, so they know, hey, they
Hmm.
ain't gonna be able to pay, they not gonna pay both of them top dollar. So why are we gonna give up a second on possibly a late first for a guy that the Ravens probably gonna move on anyway? Due to circumstances, like you said, because
Hmm.
we want to let Isaiah likely go, because he's younger and like I said, and for the postseason, has been more productive. And then when Andrews missed his time, injuries and all that, college likely has showed up. I can count on one hand how many passes Isaiah likely dropped. Like seriously,
Hmm.
like the kid was out there in the snow catching shit like it was nobody's business. Caught the game, should have been a game tying touchdown. We could if Andrews caught the two of Harbaugh and go for the
Oh
two.
yeah.
But the kid, man, he's always shows up, man. Like I said, when Andrews out, likely with Sean off. So it's like, it ain't like when Andrews out, likely out there dropping passes, missing blocks, and he's stinking out. Then we're like, oh yeah, no, we gotta keep him up. But nah, like
Hmm.
it's like Stephen A. said, man, we can't put that genie back in the bottle. You can say it like he said he got it. So sometimes hard decisions come. Like we got rid of Todd Heat, who at that time was probably our best tight end.
Hmm.
So it's just the nature of the business. Like we keep Mark. I have no issue with it because I'm Mark Andrews fan. But from a financial standpoint, it might be the best thing. Like I said, you're gonna pay two tight ends. Probably you want to write 70 million up or more into the tight end position. Like and then we find tight ends like it's nothing. That's how we felt likely.
Hmm.
Eric Dix, Dennis Pitta, even Crockett Gilmore for a hot second. So and like I said, Kolar's not bad. So we can
Hmm.
always find tight ends. So like I said, we can get like a second or third. The lowest I'll let them go for is a third. That's it.
I
So
agree.
even if we just use him up for this year and just get our money's worth out, and then we let him hit free agency, I'm cool with that too. But far as like you say, playing on last year, I think he'll do that because he that'll vindicate himself, so to say, from his
Hmm.
bad playoff performance. So he come play on that and don't complain and have another good year. And then if he help us get to the Super Bowl and ball on the playoffs, he gonna be like, not only did I redeem myself, I played on the last year of my contract and didn't fuss or complain because I felt like I was kind of owed that to y'all, for letting y'all down in that game. So
Hmm.
as of right now, yes, he's gonna be all right. Next topic: thoughts on resigning a fan favorite, Patrick Ricard.
I ain't mad about that. It was a solid move. Nothing that really broke the bank. Ravens are one of the few teams that still uses a fullback. We've done that for years. Look at you still over there killing it for the 49ers. So
Got
I'm not
resigned.
mad at it. They did. I would only thing I would say is utilize them more. You know what I mean? It was times during last season where we would be like, "Where's Pat? Why don't you use Pat in this situation?" So you got him. You got a fullback. He's been a productive one. Utilize him more, particularly in an offense like this. And I'm not saying utilize him as a take away anything from somebody else. I'm saying like, let's say the offensive line is struggling, and you see they struggling in a game. Put Pat out there as an extra blocker if you need to. Um, use him in the run game. He can open up holes more for Derrick Henry at times and the other running back. So just utilize them more. You got these guys on your roster, use them. I think that's what makes the Ravens. To me, the games that we had that were like really great to me offensively was when you seen the ball being spread around, like everybody's touching it. Wide receivers, tight ends, running backs, not necessarily caring about the passing yards, but everybody is touching a ball. And you can put Pat in that mix too. So just utilize him is all I'll say, but definitely a solid move. We like Pat, so I wasn't mad about that.
Yeah, I'm happy Project Pat came because he's just a true Raven, man. Um,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, for the longest time, it's going both ways. So I always been a fan of him because of that. Like you said, use him more in the run game. In the pass protection, you could put him at there by himself. Ain't nobody gonna run through him. He's 300 pounds. So if you see
Mm-hmm.
it, Garrett or T.J. Watton guys, giving Roger or somebody around there a little bit of work, put Pat Ricard up there. He gonna buy us a couple more seconds with his 300-pound frame.
Mm-hmm.
So I loved it. And we then re-signed him back like for a very cheap deal. So it ain't hurt us.
Yep. Not at
And
all.
I'm glad. All right. Our next topic: thoughts on the Ravens signing Cooper Rush as a backup quarterback.
Um, I was a little surprised, but more so at the amount paid. I didn't think they were even in the market for something like that. But I don't get mad about what quarterbacks get paid or even any of these athletes because really the market is what the market is.
Yeah.
In certain positions like quarterbacks, that's just what it is. And Cooper Rush has been one of the better backup quarterbacks in the league. So nonetheless, it's an upgrade for sure. We talked about this last offseason, being concerned about if something happened to Lamar, if Josh, who was going to be able to pick it. We didn't feel that strongly about it. Even with Tyler Huntley playing in games, it was never. I feel like Cooper Rush is a better backup for Lamar because when Tyler Huntley or even a Josh comes in, like they're trying to make them still play like Lamar, and they're not Lamar. So when you bring in somebody like Cooper, it can really change how you play offensively, which then can make things difficult for the defense because then they got to defend you differently than how they would defend you with Lamar being out there.
Yeah.
And that's not to say that he's going to take Lamar's job. It's just a different look to me. So I'm excited about. I don't want to see Cooper because I don't. That would mean something happened to Lamar. But I'm excited at the thought of if he had to come in maybe in a blowout, you get to see how the offense would look differently with a different type of quarterback. But overall, I'm not mad at it. We talked about it last year. We needed an upgrade at that position. Again, the money, I was like, ooh, but it is what it is.
I loved it. Like I said, EDC basically said, nah, he seen what he did in Dallas, man. He kept him afloat a couple times, but that was hurt in the years
Hmm.
that they got to the playoffs. So you want your backup quarterback to be a solid veteran. Like I said, young guys like Devin Leary, you clearly see one already. So why draft somebody in the fifth, sixth round, and you got the same situation? Now you got two Devin Leary.
Right.
Rush is a solid guy. Like a wise Rich Gannon said it plenty of times in the past. He said, "Yes, backup quarterback should be able to start for the 33rd team in the NFL if they started one."
Hmm.
Cooper Rush is that type of guy. 9-5 as a starter, one touchdown, an interception, solid passer rate. Like I said, if Lamar was the situation's knock on wood, Lamar the next 4 games, Cooper Rush can go 3-1, 2-2.
Hmm.
He'll be afloat. We won't be like, oh shit, we ready to go on 4.
Right.
You said his dynamic, true drop back passer, who showed a little bit of mobility. You've gotten that a little bit. Like you said, able to keep defenses on their heels.
Mm-hmm.
So I like it. Like I say, you need a solid veteran. Josh Johnson's too old, and then, like I said, Devin Murray not ready, and then the guys who draft in the later rounds, you know, it's like it's a crapshoot. So I
Mm-hmm.
rather a solid veteran guy that can keep things afloat versus gambling on a rookie.
Mm-hmm.
Now you can use that pick on another a more important, more position. Strengthen up a position, will add more depth to it versus on a quarterback.
I agree.
All right, our last topic of the day. Our mock draft. So let's do four apiece. So then we'll say the rest for the next shows. So Shannon, go ahead, four shows.
First 4 picks.
Um, no, just our first four whole mocks. If you got four drawn up, I got a shitload of
Oh,
them.
no, I got no daggone 4. You know, I only did one.
You only did one? Oh, shit.
Yes, I didn't know you wanted to do multiple ones. I thought you was saving some for other show.
You know what? We can do one. We can do one. We can
You
do
are
one.
crazy. We
I
got
do.
11 picks.
Yeah, I
For
do. I do.
four.
I'm a day. That's just. I really think I'm a general manager.
I thought you was like just do the first. I thought you was gonna say do the first 4 because we got 11 picks, so we can do the rest of the rounds another day. You talking about do 4? No, I got one today. You
All
are
right.
crazy.
Go ahead, Shane. And I'll do
All
one.
right. All right. So at 27, I got Nick Swartzen, edge from Texas A&M.
Uh-huh.
At 59, I have Darian Porter, cornerback from Iowa State. At 91, I have Omar Norman Lott, defensive lineman from Tennessee.
Okay.
At 129, I have Jordan Phillips, D lineman from Maryland.
Yeah, peace.
At 136, I have Lathan Ransom, safety from Ohio State. At 176, I have Mitchell Evans, tight end from Notre Dame. At 183, I have Caleb Rogers, inside offensive lineman, guard. I'm assuming that's the guard. The way that this place had it listed, but from Texas Tech. 203, I believe this is pronounced Malachi Moore, safety from Alabama.
Yeah.
Okay. At 210, I have Dante Trader, safety from Maryland. At 212, I have Caden Prather, wide receiver from Maryland. And last but not least, 243, I have Jimmy Horn Jr., wide receiver from Colorado.
Okay, I'm gonna start with the very first one I did back in January and keep it in order. Number 20. We got 27 at the time. It was 28, but let's still go ahead. So 27, I took Xavier Watts, safety out of Notre Dame. Paired him back up with Kyle Hamilton.
That would be
59,
nice.
Tate Radlich, guard out of Georgia. Number 92, Tate Felton, wide receiver Maryland. 128, Shamar Turner, defensive tackle out of Texas A&M. So I always help with the interior line. Like Pierce just retired. Brent Urban free agent. 138, Kane Madrano, linebacker, UCLA, because we need some depth there. Lost Chris Boyd and Malik Harrison, but we did sign Jake Hummel, but mainly special team. 175, Khalil Mullins, running back, big body, 6'1", 6'2", 230. Running back more so for the future because you don't know how long Derrick Henry going to play.
Mm-hmm.
176, Jordan Birch, edge rusher out of Oregon, can play the edge and can kick inside like how Courtney Upshaw and McPhee should do. And
Mm-hmm.
165, mind you, this is January. We didn't sign Cooper Rush yet. Brady Cook, quarterback, Missouri, might still draft him, put him on the practice squad in case that happens. And guard at 203, Gus Hartwig out of Purdue. 215, Gerard Brown, wide receiver, South Carolina. And 243, J.C. Davis, tackle / guard, Illinois. All right, yeah. So that's it for today's show. Like I said, we'll get each week. We'll do a few mocks. We'll do a few more. That way now Shannon can be prepared.
Oh my
Go ahead,
God.
do your thing.
Did you say 4 though?
I didn't
You
give no
didn't
numbers.
say 4.
To be fair,
Right. Why would
but
I think you wanted that many?
next year we'll definitely have a confirmed number.
That
But
don't
go ahead,
make
Cole.
no sense. Um, I just want to say welcome back. It's been a cool little like 2 months off. I'm ready for the new year. Shout out to the Terps. The men play tomorrow. Women play on Saturday. The Orioles are playing the Yankees right now. I think I saw the score was 2-1 Yankees. And shout out to my Lakers. Justin likes to hate, but shout out to the Lakers.
I don't hate the Lakers. Shannon Sharp just pissed me off. I'm nothing wrong. I was like, all right, then keep that same energy.
Oh,
But
because he said when he
yeah,
said
man,
we
he
won't beat
pissed me
y'all.
off and shit. Like we don't got the best record in the West. Then when we beat Boston, his whole attitude changed. He was giving us props then, but I guess it only comes when we're not playing if we're not in the Lakers. I get
That's funny.
it. That was it.
Yeah, I'm good.
Oh yeah, same thing. Like I said, I'm a UConn fan, both men's and women's in the tournament. Play Oklahoma tomorrow. It's gonna be a good one. Like I said, do support the Terps. So if we do get bumped out, I'll be riding with them. They've been doing some good stuff up there. Hopefully, Kevin Lillard stay put and don't go nowhere else because he's building something up there in Queen and Angel Reese brother. They're doing pretty good.
Hmm.
Um,
I know he hate that.
what?
Angel Reese brother.
Well, I'm sorry, and I'm gonna give. We ain't gonna do that. Julian Reese. He's
Juju.
thing. Him and Derek Queen. Yeah, I ain't gonna do my man like that. Uh, like I said, the Orioles. Yeah, like you said, they're playing Yankees. They've been looking pretty good in spring training and preseason games.
Hmm.
Um, and then the best team in the NBA right now, Oklahoma City Thunder. 57 wins. We had 57 wins last year, and we got 57 wins now. So it looked like we're gonna probably finish with 66 wins at the least. So this young team took a tough playoff loss to the Mavericks, and we added a few pieces that helped out tremendously. So, but we're gonna take it one game at a time, one series at a time. Because, like I said, the finals is played in June, not in March. So, but great start nonetheless. But yeah, we'll be back Tuesday. Shannon, I have some more stuff cooked up for us. And like I said, we'll do our mock drafts. And David, he should be, feeling better by Thursday, so he'll add his stuff. So that's it, everybody. Enjoy this rainy Thursday night for those who on DMV area. It look like it's great Passover. So y'all know what I'm
Good.
about to say. Make sure y'all trade, talk Ravens all day, every day. I'm your host, Justin Penn, for my MVP, $1 billion co-host, Miss Shannon Finch. Y'all have a great weekend. We'll see y'all Tuesday, 7 p.m. Eastern. We out.
Bye, Justin.
Bye, Shannon.